Welcome to another episode. Today we will be saying about country of the blind. We are saying about a man called Nuna. He is a good mountaineer from the Ecuador, a man who has been good reader of books in the real sense. He has traveled many parts of the world, and he is an enterprising young man. So he was taken by three Englishmen who had traveled to Ecuador to climb a mountain. They had three Swiss guides, but one fell ill, so did not turn up. So to replace one Swiss guide, they engaged Nunes. So they worked their way on the difficult mountain and almost reached the last precipice, foot of the last precipice, where they wanted to camp for the night. They were setting up their camp on the snow and in a beautiful way, a small shelf of snow with a rock, and it was like a dramatic power. They set up that camp. But by the time they were setting up the camp, Nunes was just gone, disappeared. He was not to be seen. These mountaineers and their guide, they shouted, they whistled, but there was no reply. And rest of the night they did not sleep. It was dark. They could not go and search, but they were whistling and shouting, but there was no sign, reply back of this man Nunes. And as the morning broke, they saw the traces of the fall. He has fallen off a precipice, an impossible fall. He did not utter a sound. He had slipped eastwards, towards the unknown side of the mountain. Far below they had see a big gorge, a precipice. Further than that, at the gorge, and nothing after that was seen. Full of trees, completely covering the gorge. Nothing is seen. It is an unknown side. Nobody had traveled to that side, and it was in the middle of an avalanche. There was a very remote possibility he could have survived that avalanche. So they returned back, dropping the idea of further climbing the last precipice and searching for Nunes. Both the ideas they dropped and returned back, and till date that precipice is not climbed. So what happened to Nunes? We'll see our hero Nunes. He went through that gorge further down, and by afternoon he reached a downhill. And where did he reach? It is an unknown country called the country of the blind. He did not know at that time, but when he reached down the valley, further from the mountain, he saw those houses in a different setup. They were not like normal houses. There was something pure about them. And he met three people. They were all blind. Then he understood. So this is this unknown country of the blind. Nobody has visited here. Some people have talked, but nobody knew. It is the last country of the blind. So he met them, and he told them he can see. He said, what is sight? They never knew a word called sight, because seeing is not known to them. And he tried to explain, and in that process he hit the pail of one of the guy. They said his senses are not developed, so we had to lead him. So they cut hold of his hand and tried to lead him towards the village where they lived, the country where they lived. So he laughed, a blind man leading a fully person fully capable person of seeing. A person fully capable of seeing. He laughed, but he went with them. A huge crowd gathered to see this strange man from the, not the sea, but yeah, this man from the unknown woods. He said, I can see. Nobody believed the word. Nobody knew the word actually. But they could feel him, they touched him, felt him, and their senses were highly developed because they were blind. Some were curious, the younger ones were curious enough to come and sit near him, watch him, touch him, feel him, what he is about. And some others stood at a distance, the maidens, a little bit afraid to see a stranger. But finally, all the elders, everybody thought, we will accept this wild man who has come out of the woods. He can stay with us. That was agreed by everyone. They were magnanimous. And these people toiled reasonably. They had food, clothing sufficient for their needs. So they were all living happily. It is an isolated country, so there was no problem from the enemies. So they lived a very calm and peaceful life. So Nuna started living with them. And some of these maidens were very beautiful. And they have highly developed the sense of touch and feel and vibration, sound, because they could not see. Their other senses are highly developed. The sense of smell, everything was highly developed. So, in the meantime, our hero, Nunes, fell in love with a beautiful lady called Medina Sarot. Medina Sarot was youngest daughter of Yaakov. She was the most beautiful girl in the country of the blind. She had a clear-cut face. And Nunes liked her more than anything else. And for her, his saying stories of sight seemed to fascinate her, though she could not believe him completely. She also wanted to marry him. He also wanted to marry her because of her beauty and her personality. But her father, Yaakov, was a little bit apprehensive. He said, this man must be cured of his illness before marriage to my daughter. Otherwise, he is acceptable. He is a good person. But there is something pure about him. He talks about sight. So he consulted a doctor. Doctor told, yeah, we all have some depressions called eyes, which is normal. But this man has something called eyelids, which is opening, and there is something called eyesight. He has got eyesight, which disturbs his brain. His brain is not calm as ours. He talks so much about this sight, and that is highly disturbing for his brain. So to stop the disturbance to the brain, what we should do is remove this disease called eyes. Once we remove and we close the eyelids, he will be normal like us. So let us perform a small surgery, and do that. So Yaakov thought that is right. The only difference he is having is about his eyes, which disturbs him a lot. He talks about eyesight all along the day, all through the day. So let us operate and remove this eyes, these irritant bodies which disturb his brain. Then he will be cured. Then he will be normal like us. So then I can give my doctor to him. So they decided on the date of the surgery. No nurse was supposed to do the surgery. And the day before night, he met Medina Saroti. They talked. She said, "For me, you are doing this. That is great. I'll be indebted for you throughout my life. You are doing this for me, doing for my love." But Nunes said, "Goodbye." Slowly, he said, "My sweetheart, goodbye." Kissed her and slowly started walking away from her. She could hear the steps of him moving away. She started crying loudly. But he slowly walked towards the mountain from the valley, started climbing. And he climbed to the top quite far in the darkness. He could see the valley as a small, at a distance. The houses appeared very small. When he slept, and in the morning he saw his middle way till he had to reach a lot, but he is far away from this country of the blind. He did not want to lose his sight. He could see other mountain precipices, other mountain ranges, the trees, the pebbles, the beauty of the pebbles, everything. He does not want to lose the sight for satisfying his love or lust for Medina Saroti. So this is the story from H.G. Wells. So what is our interpretation on this? Our interpretation spiritually is we are losing our sight. Sight, I will take it here equivalent to consciousness, awareness. To the sense of, to satisfy our senses, we are blindfolded by them, blindfolded by the sensations we get. For that, we are giving the price of our consciousness, which is like sight, inner wisdom. So ponder over this. So let us be not in the country of the blind, but be aware, our inner eyesight, consciousness, awareness. Thank you for staying with me. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you.